What Reddit comment of yours got you the most hate? I implied that Mario and Rabbids didn't get more sales because people usually don't like Rabbids. Like, did I say anything about the game being bad? Number. Bunch of dudes were bragging about how much testosterone they take, and I said to be careful because there can be some bad side effects including serious heart problems. I think I got -20 or so for that, and then one of them started stalking through every post I ever made, downvoting everyone. I'm a doctor. You should not get testosterone shots unless you have clinically low levels of it. My one post had 3.0k upvotes, but nearly all the comments were very negative. Basically, it was under life pro tips. I just told guys to not buy their flowers if they screw up as an apology. The reason being is that all you'll end up doing is having her associate you getting her flowers with negative emotions. You want a gift to be positive and about love. I don't know how many times I've seen women get flowers at work and the first thing out of their mouths were, "What did he do now?" You can't blame the woman, because if, after an apology, is the only time she gets flowers, why wouldn't she assume he screwed up? But goddang, the vitriol the men spewed at me. Once that hate train gets rolling, ain't no stopping it, and the post was deleted before I could respond. I forgot about the post and wasn't on Reddit for a few days. It's really pretty practical relationship advice in my opinion. I was on RMMA and I said that a fighter who had only had like 5 fights at a weight class probably shouldn't be considered the greatest of all time at that weight class, especially since he basically only beat scrubs. People did not like that. I said that a woman cannot get pregnant on every single day in her cycle. Also, that women have fertility windows outside of which it is almost impossible to get pregnant. I'm a doctor. If women could get pregnant on any day of their cycle, the ladies over on the Trying for a Baby subreddit wouldn't be obsessed with cervical mucus and temping. I think my most downvoted was about metal elitism and how they need to get off their high horse. It's not like I'm an outsider. I freaking love metal. I was just calling it as I saw it. Saying that I would strap Van Troyer to my arm and use him as a shield during an apocalypse. Turned out that was frowned upon. Of course it was. He's far too heavy for the small amount of space he covers. He would be much more effective tied to a stick and used as a blunt weapon. A man posted a photo of his wife's expression while in labor. He said she was embarrassed for looking ugly and having no makeup. I wrote a simple compliment saying she looked beautiful, which she did, and I received an onslaught of hate saying I'm a perverted, sexist, pig. One nutcase in particular would not shut the heck up about me perpetuating hypersexualization. Anyway, I am straight woman and things turned pretty nasty. That's so bizarre. I got downvoted for calling a woman pretty on our makeup. Also a woman. Reddit is so strange sometimes. Got downvoted to oblivion for saying I couldn't stand Paris Hilton. Checked on the comment thread later to find people bashing me for hating party culture and that the thought of college kids out partying must fill me with rage. I ended up just deleting the comment. I'm still confused about it. Funny, I usually get downvoted for sticking up for her in any way. Stating my opinion about my own country's culture and perspectives. Someone said something incredibly controversial about my culture, and I said that was not true. That person shot back saying that because she has extensive work experience in the country of 8 years as a teacher, she knows what she was talking about, and I absolutely didn't. The worst part was that my comment was downvoted and her comment continuously got upvoted. This didn't just happen to me, I've seen it happen few other times to some other people. I got downvoted because I said I don't like being sniffed and I found it creepy. For suggesting that there might be kids on our Minecraft. I commented on a pic that my girlfriend posted saying she looked hot. How dare you? I commented once about not wanting to sleep with a girl because she had a boyfriend. Lots of comments about how I cucked myself and how the boyfriend didn't matter because I didn't know him. Classy people. I posted in one of those "what's the sickest joke you know" threads and got downvoted hard. Q. What's the difference between Paul Walker and my computer? A. When my computer crashes I actually give a crap. Hey, they asked for it, right? I saw one of those celebrity crush threads on 4chan once. Someone posted Paul Walker, and someone else said we wanted a celebrity crush, not a crushed celebrity. I was brand new to Reddit at the time and had no clue there were rules to subreddits. So of course I had a very simple finance question, and one of the subs that was automatically followed was our financial independence. So I posted a comment on there in one of the help threads. I had about -20 votes within the hour. I then commented, "Sorry, I'm new to Reddit and didn't know what this sub was," to which someone then defended me. After that dude defended me, I ended up getting about 20 upvotes back. Somebody was portraying themselves as a tough guy for blowing strawberry flavored vape or something like that. I basically just pointed out that under no circumstance would blowing strawberry vape be considered cool. Hit the Olay vapor folks and their feelings apparently. I prefer the term fifis. I was very much downvoted for suggested that a young man who had a relationship with his teacher when he was 15 was probably groomed and that the relationship was not legitimate even though it felt genuine. I was downvoted for suggesting that this teacher was manipulative. That the point of grooming is to make you believe things so that the abuse becomes possible for the selfish abuser. Karen is a nice person. I was in a dark place at the time. I am better now. Frick Karen. Someone made a comment about that one-handed guy that got invited to the NFL Combined and he said, "I can't wait to see what he can do." I responded with, "I know one thing he can't do." Clap. People weren't too fond of that joke. The fires of heck await you. I got -17 from saying a modded car looked bad. Apparently you can't dislike JDM on crappy car mods. Someone asked, "What do you believe you are better at than most people?" and I responded, "Peeing off my husband." Nobody is better than me at peeing off my husband. It's true no matter how many downvotes it gets. I was downvoted and criticized relentlessly for referring to my husband as an aspie, which is how my husband happily refers to himself, because apparently we're not allowed to use that word anymore. -59 for saying that a personal assistant like Siri or Alexa should not be pushing any sort of political view. Don't know why that was downvoted so much. Some time back someone asked something like, "What's the most inappropriate question you could ask a member of the LGBTQ community?" My response was, "Ladies, can I watch Q minute?" Many downvotes. What did they want? It was inappropriate. Calling out a guy for complaining about getting attention for his tattoos. Dude, why did you get them in the first place then, and what the frick did you expect? I want to get a full face tattoo and then yell at people for staring at it. I wasn't downvoted, but I received 3 PMs, each from different redditors, telling me that I'm a piece of garbage and a whole slew of other vitriolic crap. I made a post in our Stop Drinking about how I had, for the first time ever, considered that I will not always be a high-functioning drunk. It stemmed from an AskReddit post. Actually, the post was, "What is the worst case of alcoholism that you have ever seen?" and someone had commented that high-functioning isn't a type of alcoholic, it is a stage in alcoholism. Had a rude awakening. Wrote a post. In a part of it, I mentioned how I did not feel AA would be helpful for my particular subset of issues, as I am a deeply flawed person who has a difficult time sympathizing with strangers whose struggles are, in my mind, relatively trivial. Translation: I'm an butthole. Polite, but an butthole nonetheless. I don't like it and I'm actively working on curbing those dismissive thoughts. I have gone to an AA meeting. It was in a church. Several of the older male group members hit on me in a blatantly predatory way, and for me, the nail in the coffin was a particular woman. Amidst her sharing, this woman burst into tears and sobbed uncontrollably because she hit rock bottom when her card was declined at the manicurist, her husband cancelled her credit card because she would spend too much money at the bar. The whole experience left a bad taste in my mouth. So I mentioned how cognitive behavioral therapy has helped me with past trauma. I was wondering if there are alternative support groups, systems, methods that don't involve attending AA meetings, hoping to find something helpful. Yet, 3 different people took such offense to me trivializing the struggles of others that they took the time to write long PMs advising me that I deserve suffering. Many more people vastly outnumbered those 3 and provided words of support and healthy advice, but I was a little dumbfounded by those individuals. I once posted that I couldn't believe Supernatural was still on the air and got downvoted for it. I had around -28 for it. The show lost any appeal for me after season 5. I also got downvoted somewhat on the Funko forum when I posted custom pops I made where I painted the eyes from the regular soulless black they usually come in and was told I ruined the appeal of them. On one of those what was your wedding disaster AskReddit someone said they were at a wedding where the supposedly virgin bride was revealed to have been sleeping with a groomsman and had an STD. When confronted, she said she got the STD from being groped by someone else. The wedding was called off. I got the hate because I suggested that even though it's horrible that she got groped by someone else, in a completely separate incident she still slept with a groomsman and should have told the groom if he was one of those people. I'm not. Who considers it important that she is a virgin before marriage? Dang. People did not want to hear that. They thought I was picking on her for being groped. I made a comment that vaguely mentioned that I'm a woman. A guy responded something to the effect of EIBBYWNT some fuck. I said, number. Most downvotes I've ever gotten. Ended up having to delete it because I got so many. Hey just give him a chance replies. What the frick AskReddit? JK I love you, but seriously what the frick? EIBBYWNT some downvotes. I got -9 points for saying a 4-year-old shouldn't get hormone therapy. I really thought I would have peed off people worse than that by now. I said Hillary Clinton lost because she ran a bad campaign and failed to motivate the portion of her base that needed motivating. In a serious discussion about documentaries, I commented about a documentary called Snakes on a Plane starring Samuel Jackson. I got my one and only gold for that comment. So there's that. Money brings people happiness. I've always said that money won't make you happy, but poverty will make you unhappy. Happened on relationships. Some guy posted about his girlfriend sending pictures of her new tit piercings to a lot of her friends, which had like 5 or 6 dudes. People went ape crap on his thread because how dare you be angry over that? You are clearly insecure and abusive. She can do whatever she wants. I defended the guy saying look, it's not insecure if there are like 11 people carrying naked pics of your girl around. Who knows if these people are really good friends and I got downvoted to heck along with the thread being locked. Funny enough, nowadays these people would probably say the same thing I did. That sub is a cesspool. Olympic standard blind leading the blind. I got downvoted to heck for saying that guys groping their girlfriends' wives in public was not normal. I read a petty revenge story about a guy who parked close to another car so that the driver next to him would have a hard time getting into their car. The OP witnessed that and confronts the guy about it. The bad driver said, I'm really in a hurry and the other guy could climb in from the passenger side if they really needed to. So the OP notices a parking citation guy and calls him over and shows him the offense. Citation guy says I can't give him a ticket for parking close to someone. So OP makes up a sob story saying he really hurt his back and he won't be able to climb into his car. So citation guy says something along the line of, well I suppose I can write him up for not being perpendicular to the curb. After reading that story I told OP he was a bigger douche for making someone lose $70 $140 for possibly inconveniencing someone else for 1 minute. I could understand pointing out the issue to the citation guy but lying about a situation in order to have his way sounded really messed up to me. Saying I thought CGI Tarkin in Rogue One was creepy looking and they should have gone with someone in prosthetics instead or not used the character at all. Guy on our AskReddit asked why bullies do what they do. I described precisely the feeling in hopes that people would understand how a sick mind works. Got downvoted to death and deleted my own comment. Lesson: don't ask something if don't wanna know the answer. I got something like -20 I think for saying that Native Americans are still being treated horribly. But they stopped talking about that in history class when they started teaching about World War I, so it must have ended then. I made a comment about how I found it creepy when Alison Stocky became a famous hot athlete when she was underage and the amount of comments telling me it was perfectly natural to find her attractive at such a young age was kind of alarming. Guy posted a pic of a poorly done tattoo and asked for opinions. I said it looked poorly done. Downvoted via Brigade for being honest. Apparently he just wanted his ego stroked. There was a comment chain in Army IRL where everyone kept saying Zoop. I replied Zoop. with a lowercase z and wore up to find that the comment had 120 downvotes. The lowercase z wasn't intentional. You have been visited by the magical duck. You don't have to do anything. He will simply give you a good day today. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day you magnificent people.